All right, welcome back. Donald Motors Electrical Services. So we are on day one of a knob and tube rewire, Perkasie, Pennsylvania. And we're going to give a backstory on this one. Okay, so the sellers try to hide the knob and tube. Okay, they didn't do a good job, but they still tried to hide it. And when I was doing the evaluation, they were like, "How do you know there's knob and tube?" Well, because I specialize in it. I know. I know the indications. I know where it's hidden. I know where to look. So I find it. The buyer accepts our remediation quote. We come in here. So we give a blanket quote of remediation, meaning we guarantee anything that we find, we rewire. It blankets the whole house. No matter what we find, knob and tube wise, it's covered in the estimate. So there's no extras. Okay, so we do this because there's always extras. There's always going to be extras. There's always stuff we find that's disgusting, and you have to figure out a way not to go back to the homeowner and keep whacking them. So we give a blanket rewire. It's based on the square footage of the house, the time period it was built, and the style of the house and how it was built. They're the three factors. If you factor all three of them in, you're good to go. So we're going to look at this, and I'm looking for my flashlight for you guys. So I'm going to show you a couple things we found already in the first 20 minutes, half hour. All right. Do you have a flashlight on you? All right. So the first danger, all right, was this guy. Danger number one. It melted down to the point. There we go. I'm going to flip it around. Look at that. It's a neutral, all right? And who was doing this work? A painter / handyman bought the home and decided he was going to do his own electric. And let's see if we can kind of focus in on that a little bit more. If I put the light right on it. There we go. Look at that. All right. And that's not just the only one. All right. We're noticing a lot of these outlets are wrapped wrong. Okay, so that's a wrong install. All right. And what happens when you install an outlet incorrectly? Here we go. See that wire on the left? Okay, that started out the same color as the wire on the right. That is a loose neutral. All right, so that neutral is cooking this outlet. All right, same problem. He's not tightening his screws with the right tools. All right, and you can tell because if you look at that screw, there is no marks on the flathead. There's only marks on the Phillips head part of that screwdriver or part of that screw. So it leads me to believe he only used a Phillips head screwdriver, which is extremely dangerous when installing outlets. Never use a Phillips head. And it's not just in one spot. Okay, see the black wire? See how it's all shiny in the beginning? And then it fades to, there we go. I'm trying to get it. There you go, now you can see it. Okay, again, he is not tightening his screws. All right, and when I go, I can actually move. Now this is on, so I gotta be careful. But look at that. See how loose it is? That's the problem with handymen. They're not properly trained. And these are floor outlets. You can't just put a floor outlet in because there's a box here. You have to actually put a correct style box in here. But this guy is just dangerous. All right, let's see if I can find one more. Here's another problem. So we already found 3 or 4 problems on the first floor alone. Now this is the cloth wiring, so this is the actual knob and tube. So we tried to rewire it, but see the black conductor on the top here? it wraps around, and it was, look, it was pinged. It was crimped in. See the imperfection in that black wire? That's because it was stuck behind the device. All right. Whoever was living here, this handyman had his family in here. Okay. And this is dangerous here. Not only did the handyman put himself at risk, he put his wife at risk, he put his kids at risk, because he was so arrogant to think that he could do electric, even though he was never properly trained to do electric. He thought he could do electric, and he endangered his own family, all right? And this is how dangerous this man is. This is a dimmer. It controls that fan, all right? This controls the fan, 1, 2, 3. If you dim this power, okay, that's the dimmer doing that, all right? When you dim a fan, it builds up heat in the fan because you're restricting the current flow. The motor wants to work, okay? And that motor is gonna heat up. It actually damages the motor. If it doesn't damage the motor, it can do other things. It can burn the motor up, all right? So here we go again. Here's another switch, and the screws are, the wire's installed incorrectly on the screws, all right? Here we go again. If you look at that lower screw, look at the wire. See how much it's bare right behind there? That's a live wire, just bare, waiting to burn up. Anything I come in contact with, it's gonna pop. All right, this is the first floor only on this rewire. First floor only. All right, and this is the kind of stuff that we're finding. All right, and then what I don't understand is, when I approach guys that shouldn't be doing electric and I try to tell them they shouldn't be doing electric, for some reason, they will agree with me that other handyman shouldn't be doing electric, but they're the exception, okay? Only them, even though they have no electrical experience, they think they can do electric, but other people shouldn't. Or another one is, I used to go to a couple contractor meetings and contractor groups, okay? And one handyman told me that because he took a course at Home Depot of how to do electric, he should be able to do electric in other people's homes. Now, my course took 2,000 hours to complete. His course took 45 minutes, but he believes he's learned enough knowledge in that 45 minutes to go put other people's lives in danger. Because that's what's going on here. It's not necessarily whether he's getting paid or not getting paid. He's putting people's lives in danger because he wants to collect the type of income a master electrician collects. A master electrician, our rate of pay is based on our experience and our knowledge. So when you go and you hire a handyman or you hire a carpenter to do electric, the cost to value ratio is completely off because basically you're paying 10 times the amount you should be paying. All right, for a carpenter to do electric, and I'm gonna give you an example. My 6-month-in apprentice knows more than a carpenter when it comes to electric. 6 months in, all right? He's making around $12 an hour, so that's about $100 a day. So unless that handyman or carpenter is charging $100 a day, his cost to value is completely off, okay? If you're paying more than that, get rid of them. But beyond that, I don't even want you to hire them. I'm just trying to put across what the value of that type of work is. 6-month-in apprentice knows more than that carpenter does. I'm gonna keep making videos. I'm gonna keep exposing this because I think this is becoming worse and worse and it's becoming more dangerous in the residential electrical field. Thank you for watching. Take care. Enjoy your Thursday night.